It's time for Ghost and Goose Stitching! Well, hello the internet, and welcome to another episode of Stitching Adventures with Ghost and Goose. Today, here's my Top Gun embroidery on my denim jacket that I brought. We're starting that now. And, I'm going to show you a drawing that I never actually finished, because I think it's highly important for you all to know. Half the time, I leave my drawings unfinished, because I usually don't either like how they're turning out, I can't be asked to finish them like this one, because I like it, it needs some changes and tweaks and stuff, but I just can't be asked to finish it right now because I need to build a portfolio for an application I've put in for a college, and yeah, so I'm filming this voiceover now because it's the easier voiceover to do out of the ones that I have to do today, because this Sunday there will be the first episode of Season 2 of Ghost Goes Places. We're going to Yorkshire. The video's looking super cool so far. I'm spending more time than I think I ever have on a video, putting together, like, text bubbles. I've put lots of text on the screen, kind of like random stuff, like rating different things we went to go see. It's an interesting vlog, to say the least. It's surprisingly long for a Ghost Goes Places video. I think we're not setting a record for video length on this channel, nor are we setting a record for video length for that series, because there was one that was considerably longer, but it is one of the longer ones, because I actually thought to film stuff, and it was filmed over 5 days, whereas in the past I filmed loads of clips and it's only been a 1-day trip. That's kind of the cool thing about Ghost Goes Places. You get a variety of random stuff depending on what I go and do. Back to the drawing. We should probably talk about that now. For all of my drawings, I think I've mentioned this before, I use a sketch that I have previously done that's kind of just a fashion figure that I can then draw off of. And I use the pencil tool on Autodesk Sketchbook because that is my preferred digital drawing software. I mean, I don't have Photoshop or anything, so yeah, kind of stuck with whatever I have access to, and this was a free one that we downloaded onto my laptop, and it works nicely, and it's kind of like Photoshop, but it's not quite Photoshop. I honestly find it easier at times than when I use Photoshop at school, so I think that's saying something. But yeah, I will usually end up doing the first layer really light with the pencil. I will then erase, like, figure lines underneath. I usually duplicate the drawing figure layer so that I can then bring back the full figure underneath if I have to. I'm now readjusting the skirt because I didn't quite like the shape. It's kind of meant to reflect the West End Star Princess dress skirt shapes. I like the way it flows and moves, and I got to see that dress, and it was so pretty, and I cried about that dress, but not for this drawing, because this drawing is completely different. I'm not quite sure really what I was doing with the sleeves here. They were kind of meant to have the similar puffy thing as the Star Princess dress, and then have sleeves running down. It was long and complicated, and I'm really not sure what I was envisioning at this point in time. I also don't know what colours I was going to do this in, which is really helpful because it means I now can't finish the drawing until I think of what colours to do it, which is why I'm showing you it, because I don't really have much stuff other than my digital drawings to show you currently, because I can't show you some of the stuff that I've stitched recently, as you're aware. That'll be changing soon. We'll be changing very shortly to having lots and lots of, like, actually making stuff. But yeah, this is how the design kind of looks. I spent forever kind of zooming around, trying to figure it out. Then I drew in the hair, because usually for me that helps me figure it out. I drew some squiggles, honestly, for the headdress piece. I don't know what I was going for. Let's be honest, I never know what I'm going for. I guess it was kind of inspired by the 60 Musical Crown with, like, the spiky bits on, but that was about all I can get from this video to figure it out. And I mean, I changed it to a grey background so you can see the white bits, but normally I just leave it on a white background, unless I, like, absolutely have to change it, which is always fun when I do. So yeah, that's the drawing. Long flowy hair, apparently. That definitely wouldn't be a nightmare in the wind and get caught in those spikes. And then I save the file, and that's it. Goodbye, the internet.